We usually point to language and artificial intelligence as the inventions that define us, the tools that finally separated humans from the rest of the natural world. But biological evolution prioritizes a different kind of intelligence. A bacterium lacks a brain or a vocabulary, yet it detects chemical signals and changes its behavior to survive. In nature, intelligence is simply the ability to process information and respond effectively. This process began nearly 4 billion years ago, the moment the first living cell released a chemical into its environment and another cell detected it. Life began to communicate. 4 billion years of evolution have embedded these exchanges into the very mechanics of existence. Communication is the foundational operating system that coordinates every living cell on the planet. Your own body functions as a massive network of 40 trillion individual cells. They operate without a central manager or a handbook. Your liver doesn't wait for a meeting with your brain to begin its work. Instead, the body routes data through specific protocols. Hormones deliver long-distance messages through the bloodstream, while neurotransmitters fire rapid electrical packets across the gaps in your nervous system. When a threat is detected, the immune system broadcasts distress signals that instruct neighboring genes to switch their defensive functions on or off. Life depends on the integrity of this internal routing. If the data exchange stops, the biological system collapses. These networks extend beyond the individual. When two people interact, the biological state of both nervous systems begins to update in real time. What we feel as love is the conscious experience of a continuous data exchange. A romantic kiss functions as a high-speed chemical exchange. It is an ancient protocol used to analyze genetic compatibility at a depth our conscious minds cannot perceive. A mother's kiss follows a similar logic. Her lips sample microscopic pathogens from the infant's skin, acting as a biological diagnostic scan. This contact triggers the mother's body to immediately produce the specific, life-saving antibodies required for the infant's current environment. Long before we had words to describe connection, evolution built these non-verbal algorithms to ensure our survival. Over millennia, these biological signals scaled up to coordinate larger groups. Families became tribes, which eventually merged into cities and vast nations. This chart tracks human cooperation against communication technology. Each milestone, speech, writing, printing, and the internet, marks a massive leap in data volume. Civilizations thrive while information networks remain reliable. But when communication becomes restricted or distorted, shared infrastructure collapses and society fragments. Communication is the invisible scaffolding of human history. It determines the scale and the stability of every society we have ever built. Artificial intelligence has recently entered the global data exchange, standing as the very first non-biological participant in our entire history. But as our bandwidth reaches an infinite scale, we are seeing a strange contradiction. We are technically hyper-connected, yet many of us report feeling more isolated than ever before. We are trading the messy, unpredictable friction of biological relationships for the convenience of digital feedback loops. These algorithms are designed to smooth over the vulnerabilities that used to define human connection. By optimizing for speed and engagement, modern tools often prioritize emotional outrage and simplify data over the quiet, complex nuance required for real understanding. This raises a question for the coming century. How do we preserve authentic human vulnerability when our primary conversational partners are no longer biological? We are currently training these systems on the sum total of our own digital history. Because they learn by processing our data, they inevitably mirror our own habits, replicating our analytical brilliance alongside our deepest tribal biases and flaws. To remain the architects of our own humanity, we have to look inward. We must understand and protect the 4 billion-year-old biological pulse that made our very own intelligence possible in the first place.